In this video, I'm going to be talking about managing the startup items on your computer, because even though you are not aware, there is a lot of items that start in the background whenever your computer boots up, and the more of these programs that you have running on your computer, the more memory they consume, because each one take a small amount of memory. So you want to make sure that you have very minimal. You want to disable all the unnecessary applications that are starting up by themselves. So we're going to be using one of our tools, which is the Revo on installer, to manage this startup item. You can also use the CC cleaner. If you go to the CC cleaner and you click on the tools, you can see where it says the startup. This is what you want, and this will give you more details about the applications that, as you can see, I've only enabled 3 or 4, even though the Revo on installer picked 3 items. So I have my AVG. Like I told you, I have the free AVG running. I have the Sigmatel, which is what is managing my audio that I'm using to talk to you now. And this one, no matter how many times you disable this, is from Microsoft, so it's always going to enable itself, so you can leave that one alone. So here you can see, so one of the most important thing I usually tell people is it's only you that can manage this, because no one can manage it for you, because you know what you want to start in the. For example, I'll tell you, this one is a magic disk. It's an application that I use, but I don't want it to start by itself. I want to start it whenever I need it. There's another thing called Dragon Natural Speaking, which is for voice recognition software. I do not want any of the service to start. I want to start it whenever I need it. I mean, when you uncheck or when you disable or enable any of these startup items, you are not removing them from your computer. What you're doing is you're saying to the application, I do not want you to start anything whenever my computer starts. When I need you, I'm going to come back to you and start you. So for example, everybody knows that when you have MSN Messenger or Yahoo Messenger, the Yahoo Messenger or MSN Messenger, which is these two applications here, MSG, they usually start themselves. So you want to make sure that you disable them. This is Adobe, as you can see here, this is the Adobe Reader. I do not want Adobe Reader Updater. The updater always starts itself, so I do not want that. And also, this is the iTunes Helper. That's another thing I think is for updating the iTunes as well, and I do not want it to start itself. I have a lot of things from NVIDIA, which is for my graphics. I do not want them to start. This is Qt Task, which is from QuickTime, as you can see here. So if you have a printer, for example, and you want your printer software to start automatically, then that's fine. So there's no way I can tell you that you have to disable everything. You do know what you want to need. For example, this is Java. I do not want the Java updater to start by itself. So you are the only person that can manage this. So I recommend that you disable them one at a time. The best thing is to look, you have to look through the file name, so you are sure what it's doing, because I know what this one is doing now, so I can choose to disable it or enable it. So you have to look through it. Like this is the Yahoo Messenger I was talking about. As you can see, the Yahoo Messenger starts by itself whenever I power my computer on, but because I didn't like that, I disabled it, so this is disabled. So choose any file that you want to disable here and click on disable enabled, because I've already disabled mine. That's why the enabled button is on. So you want to look through it from top to bottom. If you do not know what any of this means or what it says, what you do is you go to Google and you type the name. For example, you might look this and say Dropbox. What does Dropbox.exe mean? Go to Google, type Dropbox.exe. You get some information that is going to joggle your mind. Then you can remember that, oh yes, I installed this application. And I reckon that if you think it's an application that you do not need, then there's no point for it to be on your system. Just watch other videos on how to remove software from your computer and just get rid of it as soon as possible, because there's no point having something that you do not use. So go through this list. If you have any question whatsoever, leave a comment on my blog. But this is the first thing I do on people's computer whenever their computer is slow. I uncheck almost every startup item, because that will increase the memory by at least 10 to 20%. You have more memory to yourself. So try it and let me know the result. Thank you.